Hello. I haven't really met many of you. I met a couple of you a little while ago to talk a little bit about it, but I'm guessing that everybody here is part of some sort of a local business that they're running. Is that right? So that people are interested, mainly you're here to try building the business up and making things a little better, to bring in more revenue and more clientele. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be focusing on with what SEO does. SEO is basically, it's the act of being found online. And so a lot of people, they hear the word, it's a buzzword, but not everybody knows exactly what it means. And so today I'm going to kind of clear up a lot of that for the people that want to know what it is and potentially use it. SEO is search engine optimization. And so that's working with the search engines. We'll go ahead and start. You can look and see that these are some of the results from a client that we've worked with. You can tell the orange line was the before, the blue is the after, and you can see the date range is up here, and beyond that you can see a couple of the stats. This is all from Google Analytics. If you don't use analytics, then I highly recommend it. If you do anything online, you really should get some sort of an analytics tool. Google Analytics is free, and it's actually not too hard to set up. You can custom code and stick it on every page. It's good to go. But it can give you a lot of valuable information, and this is an example of it. So you can see here the difference in visits. It's over here about 300 is where it was previously, and it's going up to close to 600. We almost doubled their traffic on a regular basis from SEO. And so what exactly does this mean? Right there you can see the results. They're getting double the visits every day. And that's something that they're going to see when the phone calls, they're going to see when they get people asking for business. All right. So SEO is about being found online. It's been around since, SEO has been around since the search engines really got started. And it's because when search engines began, people realized, okay, if people are looking, I want to be able to be found. And that's where everybody started thinking, how can I do that? And that's what SEO is meant for to do. At the beginning, it was kind of a cheap, gimmicky thing that you can go in and stick, you have a keywords tag. It's the meta tag called keywords, and a lot of people go in and just fill that full of their keywords, the things that they want to be found for. And it used to work a long time ago. Google, just FYI, Google has never used that. So if you have an expert that says that the key to SEO is good meta keywords tag, don't listen to that. It doesn't work at all. So that's something that you don't want to think is that easy. It used to be that easy, but it's not anymore. At the beginning with Alta Vista and with the original Yahoo kind of poking in their head into it, all of that, it would work, but it doesn't work at all anymore. So that was back in the easy days, and now it's gotten closer to what real marketing is involving. And that's the same way that people do normally marketing offline. It's becoming the same sort of approach to do it online. I'll talk about that now. So the differences that we've seen over time, in the past it was a bit more technical. That you had to know how to do SEO. You had to have some technical expertise to know that you had to go in and actually connect to other sites, get anchor text, get backlinks that will point appropriately for each of your keywords. You have to rank each page separately. You have to get your keyword density, but between 2 and 6% on every page. All of these things that have to work very well. It's fine-tuned. And that was something that, again, it's the gradual evolution of SEO. And that was something that it worked actually not that long ago, is what people were doing. But right now, the current methods have gone more social. Social media has become part of SEO, and that's something that, well, the more you learn about social media, the more benefits you'll get. And well, even if you don't need to, it will have results with SEO by doing social media well. So the newest part to SEO, if you want to keep up with the way it works now, it's all about audience building and content creation. So that's something that you're going to go out and get connected with the audience. And then once you've got an audience built, then you're going to build content for them so that they have something to get interested in, something they can share with other people, and that they'll be excited to talk about. Right now, if you want really to get started, the recommendation that I make, audience building, go out and start building your audience. And there are a couple ways to do it. One of the easiest ways to do it is you need to connect with them. And one of the best ways to do that is through Twitter. And that's something that Cindy's going to be talking to you about. So I would highly recommend you listen to what she talks about and use that information to start building an audience. Once you've got that audience, you're going to be building it up. You're finding people that are experts in your field, whatever your market might be. So does somebody have a market that they think would be hard to break into? Any volunteers? What's yours?
Non-profit organizations looking for business consulting.
Business consultants, yes. If you're in nonprofit, then that's something, depending on what the organization's for, because nonprofit covers a huge area. But if you have something specific that it's about, people are passionate about it. And so if you can find the people that are passionate about it, If they're experts in that field, go find the authorities in the country, if you can, in the world. And a lot of these people do talk on Twitter, they talk online. If you can connect with them, don't try to connect to the world, try to connect to individuals. If you make those connections, then when they share with other people, they will find out about you. So even if it's something that's hard to break into like that, you make connections with a couple people. When others find out that you're talking to them, not only the people that you talk to are going to know about it, but the people that they talk to, which is probably a lot larger, they'll know about it too. And the more that it happens, the more your name is going to get known. So you'll become an authority for these audiences. And so in addition to that, you're going to try to find followers, people that are willing to share, find out about that information that you've been meeting up with these amazing people. And so you want to connect with those people. You can do that through Twitter, you can do it through other social media, but all of that is valuable information. You want to make sure that you find people that are willing to share that. There are ways to find that, but that's basically what the magic in Twitter is involving. Once you've got your audience, then you go from that step to content creation. And so once you've got your audience, you want to talk to them. Don't just have an audience and do nothing with them. You're going to actually go out and give them information. And like I said, it's something that you want to give them things that they're interested in and that they're willing to share. If it's something valuable that, we'll take an example, like a client that I have, we do a roofing company. And that's something that there are hundreds of roofing companies in town. But this is one that gets talked about a bit because we have them, we promote things on their site. The content gets pushed out there where they're talking about different ways to help maintain your house. And so it's tips about how to fix something, like a quick fix that if you have something break. For example, you have a kitchen appliance, not appliance, but maybe a cabinet that fell apart or something like that. We might give an easy way to fix that without having to go out and hire somebody. The information is there and available, and if they find it highly valuable, yeah, they're going to read it. They might look for it even, and if you talk about that, you'll show up in the search engine listings because of that. So not only will they find it, but if it's really, really good, they'll think about their family members that might have had that problem, or they'll think about somebody else that can use that information, and they'll share it. So the sharing point is where everything has been changing a bit. Google is watching that, and so if they see that you're sharing it with other people, then they realize that that information is valuable. It's got higher value, so they're going to rank it higher. It's going to be good for you as the promoter of the content, as the person creating this valuable content. So that's where the SEO comes in. The optimization isn't coming in because you're pushing some buttons and making some basically keyword trickery. You're going in and actually making some quality information that people want to share. You want to do it so that it's a natural event. And the other thing I will say, don't just sell. Never just sell. A lot of people that think, oh, I've got to make content. Let's go out and try promoting our product. Okay, let's make another post about promoting our product. If you do that, people don't judge people to think that they're not going to be able to catch on to that very quickly. If they see you just selling, they're going to think of you as just a charlatan that's selling all the time. You've got nothing worthwhile. I don't want to see your sales pitch again. They're going to come to you if you give them something valuable. But if you want to sell, do it intermittently. Every now and then you can say, we've got a really good special going on. If you're interested, we've got it going until X date. If you want to find out more, you can contact us here and leave it at that. Don't try to push it every day. And if the more you push it, the more you're pushing away. So give them quality information, and that's going to get you a good result. And then from there, this is basically what I was just talking about, is that the interested people, that they read your content, they're going to want to share the best stuff that you have. If you're an authority in your field, then make it appear that way. Even if you're not, look like you are by putting out really, really good content. And then at that point, people will share it. They're going to go out and give it to their friends. And the more that it gets spread, more people will see that you're floating around all over the place. And that's SEO. Your content is going to be coming up for a variety of different topics. The more you write, the more people will find you. And so the trick to doing content creation is you need to put out a lot. And a lot of people think, okay, I'll write a post a week on my blog. And that works as a good start, but realistically, if you want real results, you'll want at least one a day. So that's something, if you can't do it yourself, then find somebody that can write for you. But to get real quality results, you want to put out content daily. And if you look at the big authority sites out there, look at CNN, look at the news sites, they're putting out content not daily, they're putting it out every second. And so they have new information that people are looking for because it's valuable information. And you have no trouble finding things at the top of the search engine if it's something coming from a news source. They're going to be up there without any problem at all. If they're talking about, even if it's popular topics, if you look it up, there's a chance that one of the news sources is going to be at the top. And that's the way it works, is because they're an authority figure, they're talking about all this different information. And so they're going to get ranked higher more easily The more content you have, the higher you're going to rank more easily. And that's the basics of SEO. I have only 10 minutes to talk about, so I can't give all the information, but I would be interested if there's something that I've touched upon that I only briefly reached that somebody would be more interested in finding details about. I'd be happy to answer any questions that somebody might have.
I have a WordPress-based site. Is there any value to installing a plugin that helps with SEO? I've seen a couple of different plugins out there, and I wasn't sure if they were even worth messing with, so I haven't yet.
Yes, actually WordPress, I highly recommend using it if you plan on doing content creation, because it's something that you can make content very, very easily. And so that's something that you can put a blog attachment to your site. It's already built in. You put up posts, like the regular thing. If you can daily, that'd be great. If you want to actually push the SEO a little bit more, Yoast. That's the one I'd recommend. There's a plugin called Yoast. It's Y-O-A-S-T. And that's one that they have an SEO plugin. That's the one that's most recent, but again, these things evolve over time. It might not be the best one in 3 months from now, but right now it's one that I know functions. So you can use that, and then there are a couple of little details. It will give you the information when you install it. So that's one that you can use. The other thing, aside from that, the basics on SEO that you need to know, if you really want to do the old technical stuff, there are 2 things. One is the title tag. Make sure there's a unique title tag on every page that is relevant to the topic that you're talking about. And 2 is the description tag. And those are both things that are in the code, but if you're doing WordPress, then you can do that, especially something like Yoast. You can make a unique one for each page. Again, description tag, it's the thing that shows up in the search engine results. It's got to be unique, and it's got to be interesting to people reading. If they're looking through the search results, don't fill it full of keywords. Fill it full of some sort of sentence about the information you're talking about that makes them interested in it. And if they look at it and they say, oh, that's something I want to know more about, they'll click on it. So make sure that it's something valuable to them. Those are the 2 big things. And ignore the keywords meta tag, because there's no need to waste time with that. Aside from that, really the trick nowadays, the newest thing is audience building, content creation. And those are the things that I would highly recommend you remember. If you take anything from SEO building, those are the big things that you can work on. It can be done through blogs, it can be done through social media. Make sure it's connected to your site in some way or another. And then Google will notice it, and you'll start getting better rankings. So any other questions before we close it down for? Okay. Well, thank you very much.